Modestas, they say world championships aren't given, they're earned. And you certainly had to earn that one. You know, three tough rounds against a really strong wrestler. You came through, you got the TKO finish. First off, what's the emotion having gone through the fire in those early rounds a little bit?
I mean, it's absolutely nuts. You know, like being down on the score. It's funny how many times have I been, you know, coming back from being put in a bad situation. It's funny, I've almost just become conditioned to that. You know, being put in very stressful, pressure situations and overcoming the odds and coming back and you know proving a lot of people wrong as well. You know, I think because I've been so conditioned to being put in, you know, like I say, very difficult situations. That's what helped me in the fight. And again, it was just a case of timing. Again, experience. You know, I've had 10 pro fights, now 11. So you know, with that, obviously you learn the range, you learn to stay calm. So yeah, there's a lot of experience that goes into that. But yeah, to try and explain to you how I feel right now, having the belt around my shoulder and having my visions come to reality, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Like, I still feel like I'm dreaming right now, to be honest.
Did you, when you sort of looked at this match before you went into it, did you know that cardio was going to play such a big part in this fight? Because it felt to me like, as those first 3 rounds were sort of progressing, you could see Martin sort of beginning to slow, beginning to tire, and you were having more success with your strikes, and it felt almost as if you found your range by the end of that 3rd round, and then you loaded up in the 4th.
Yeah, funny enough, that's exactly what we were sort of preparing for, because we saw that obviously, you know, he's very, very strong and powerful in the fight, but we saw one fight, he went 3 rounds, and he looked quite tired, you know. I mean, obviously, listen, don't get me wrong, he's an amazing athlete, like I say, and I know that he's obviously been working a lot on his cardio because he was coming back. There was times where he was pressuring forward, and I'm like, okay, so this guy's sort of still in there. But my cardio has always been good. I've always been training to be able to go 5 rounds. When me and my dad go on the pads, we do 6 rounds, 5 minutes. I'm talking hard. So to be put in those situations was, again, just a natural thing. And yeah, I did predict myself that I would make him tire, but I didn't expect him to tire so late. I was actually surprised about how well conditioned he was.
And you've got the big gold belt over your shoulder now, and I'm sure you're more than aware of the career path of so many people who've gone before you. We've won the Cage Warriors world title. What's next for you, and how far away do you think you are from potentially earning yourself a spot on the big show with the UFC?
Well, I have competed with some of the best athletes in the world. Obviously, that's in the training room, but you know, I've got to give credit to guys like John Jones. I trained with him for about 10 weeks when I was about 22. And those sort of experiences shows me that I'm ready to fight on the world level. Now it's just all about getting in the cage, being confident, again, finding the range, finding the rhythm, and just getting used to fighting in big fights. I think the more I get used to fighting in big fights, the more it's going to help me prepare. All that's left now really is mentally. Physically and technique-wise, although, again, I feel like I haven't even showed everything that I'm capable of. Sometimes the circumstances that are given to you, you're not able to do that, and I have to find a way to slowly start letting that out a little bit more. So yeah, obviously I'll be looking to defend the belt, but I'm pretty sure soon after that the UFC will definitely be there.
And the last one from me, you've got a British accent, but you're representing Lithuania as well. I mean, how much will it mean, or how much does it mean to you to represent Lithuania, and how much will it mean for the sport in Lithuania that you're now sitting there with a world title over your shoulder?
Do you know what, it's nuts. After my last win against Marcin Wojciech, there was a lot of Lithuanian followers, and you know, the Lithuanian newspapers, they get right behind the athletes. You know, I hadn't even known about it, and they've written stuff about all the wins that I've had, and they're really like right behind it. I think this would be an avenue for you know, maybe Lithuania to start bringing out some more, you know, top class level fighters, or even them, you know, potentially moving you know, overseas to fight in different promotions to then get to that top level. For me, representing Lithuania is, you know, obviously I'm quite patriotic to that. I have been living here since I was 3 years old, so at the same time as being born in Lithuania, I'm a true, you know, cold-blooded Lithuanian. I'm also a British man. You know, I've been living here all my life. I've got the British accent to go with it. So yeah, like I say, I represent both countries very strongly, and I'm very patriotic towards them. And you know, I want Lithuania to be put into the spotlight, and hopefully this will do a bit of that for me.